Hey everyone, so in this clip I wanted to show you a concept that I bet none of your teachers through high school or even at a university have never taught you before. So at least most of you have seen or are about to see in your coursework the concept of what a logarithm is. So it's usually described as something like log base 10, but normally if the base is something other than 10, we would have to write that, otherwise we would typically omit the 10. So log base 10 of some y equals x, or normally we would write this as log of y equals x. And this is just another way of rearranging the concept of 10 to the power of x equals y. So why would this be important? To have a way to rearrange this? Well, sometimes you might have a question on your test or homework where you have the other parts, but you don't know what the exponent is, so logarithms are a way of being able to describe that. So now here, let's introduce this concept of the anti-logarithm, which basically, if we're going to put this in the context of what we have up here, instead of saying y equals 10 to the x, we would also be able to describe y as the antilog of base 10 of x, or in other words, it's the answer when x is the exponent and 10 is the base. So, okay, the other piece that I was going to talk about is, I bet you've never heard of the co-logarithm, and this one is basically the co-logarithm of a number equals the logarithm of a reciprocal. So we have colog of some number n equals the logarithm of 1 over n, but that's the same thing as being able to say log of n to the power of -1, and then by the logarithm power law, not to be confused with the calculus concept of taking derivatives of polynomials as the power rule. Then this power law tells us that we can write an identical expression as putting the exponent of the number in here as the coefficient. So this is going to equal the negative log of n. And that's it. So probably the reason why these aren't really taught that much anymore, or really at all, is because there's no need to look up values in appendixes of giant textbooks anymore, because calculators have just gotten to a point where they're incredibly powerful. So there's not really any need to do a whole lot of this anymore, and looking up values in vast tables in the backs of books, because a calculator can get more figures than those tables ever could nowadays. So probably this has kind of become obsolete as far as writing down the work to come up with something to look up in a table. So if I had to guess, that's probably why this isn't taught anymore, but at least now you know. And come back for the next video where Joe shows you how.